Matapos nating pag-aralan ang arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence sa modules 1 to 4, pag-aaralan naman natin ngayon sa module 5, how to solve problems involving arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence. So, we are going to have these two learning objectives. First, solve problems involving arithmetic sequence, and second, solve problems involving geometric sequence. So first one, bago tayo makapag-solve ng mga problems gamit ang dalawang sequences na yan, kailangang alamin muna natin kung anong klase ba ng sequence ang ipinapakita sa isang problem. So let's have this one. Determine whether its situation or given situation is an arithmetic sequence or a geometric sequence. Let's have the first one. Miss Caballero wants to conduct a study about the proficiency level in math of the grade 10 students of Vedasto R. Santiago High School. She wanted to be fair on the selection of respondents, so she used a probability sampling technique to get the desired number of respondents. The respondents were obtained using the numbers that are multiples of 5. Ano ba yung multiples of 5? Para masagutan yung tanong. Yun yung mga 5, 10, 15, 20, di ba? So, pwede rin natin sabihin yung mga numbers na nadi-divide sa 5 or divisible by 5. So, what kind of sequence is this? Arithmetic or geometric? Timer starts now. Okay, stop. The correct answer for number 1 is arithmetic sequence. Very good. I hope you got it. Let's proceed now to number 2. This is a 20-second question. Thomas bought a car amounting to 600,000 pesos. He learns that the car's value decreases each year passing by. He was surprised when he computed his car's value after 5 years with a depreciation rate of 8%. Siyempre, bumababa lahat ng mga value ng sasakyan, di ba? Habang tumatagal yan. Okay? So, what kind of sequence is this? Timer starts now. Okay, stop. Dahil mayroon tayong multiplier or rate sa number 2, ibig sabihin nun, ang problem number 2 shows an example of geometric sequence. Very good. I hope you got it. Your father wants you to help him build a shed in the backyard. He says he will pay you 20 pesos for the first week and add an additional 6 pesos each week thereafter. The project will take 5 weeks. Okay. So there is a clue word there. Kindly look for that and then you can answer easily the question. Timer starts now. Okay, stop. So, let's check your answer. Since mayroon tayong additional 6 pesos each week, the keyword is additional, so therefore, we can be sure of that the correct answer for this number 3 is arithmetic sequence. Very good. I hope you got all the 3 problems correctly. Ngayong alam nyo na kung anong sequence ang ipinapakita sa isang problem. This time, we are going to solve problems involving arithmetic and geometric sequences. Let's have the first one. A theater in Pasay City has 27 seats in the first row of its center section. Each row behind the first gains additional 4 seats. How many seats are in the ninth row of the center section? Class, every time that you are going to solve word problems, the first thing that you are going to do is try to understand and imagine the problem. So kung kaya nyo imagine yung nasa problem, much better. So sabi dito, we have a theater in Pasay City. Ilan yung seats sa first row ng center section? Very good. Mayroon tayong 27 seats. And then, bawat row ay nadadagdagan ng 4 na seats. So ibig sabihin, dahil siya ay nadadagdagan, we can say now that very good. Ang example ng sequence na to ay arithmetic sequence. Ayan. So, dahil siya ay arithmetic sequence, ang clue word uli natin, yung adding 4 seats behind. So, dahil nadadagdagan ng 4 seats, nagkaroon po tayo ngayon ng arithmetic sequence and we can visualize the problem. Na mayroon tayong mga numbers sa sequence na 27, 31, 35, 39, and so on. Very good. So, ganun po tayo mag-visualize ng problem. Now, dahil meron na tayong mga numbers sa sequence, we can answer now what is asked in the problem. Ang tanong, ilang seats ang nasa ninth row ng center section? So, to find the seats in the ninth row, we are going to use the formula for arithmetic sequence. Very good. And we have this one now. Para magamit ang formula, ano munang dapat tandaan? Kailangan yung mga given sa formula sa problem ay makuha muna natin. We have the first term which is 21. We have n which is equal to 9. Bakit 9 yung n? Kasi po hinahanap yung pangsyam. Okay. And dahil arithmetic sequence yan, ilan yung ina-add natin? We have d which is equal to 4 and we can have now this formula to be used later. Opo. Sa formula na yan, ang gagawin lang natin, of course, we'll just substitute. And like what we did on our module number 2, okay, on finding the nth term, we are going to use this one now. So we have a sub 9 is equal to 27 plus 9 minus, quantity 9 minus 1 multiply by 4. Ayan po. So yun ang ating gagawin dito. So we have our n is 9. Our d is equal to 4 and our first term is equal to 27. Of course, yun ang hinahanap po natin ay yung a sub 9. And then you will just continue that. We can have 9 minus 1 muna tayo. So we have 8. Then multiply that by 4. Yun muna ang sasagutan natin. 8 times 4. The answer for that is 32. And then that 32 will be added now to 27 to get our final answer, which is equal to, very good, that is equal to 59, and that is our a sub 9 or the ninth term. Therefore, what is our answer? How many seats in the ninth row? We have 59 chairs or seats on the ninth row of the center section. I hope you got it. Let's proceed now to the next one. Problem number 2, a research lab or laboratory is to begin experimentation with bacteria that doubles every 4 hours. Ayan. The lab starts with 200 bacteria. How many bacteria will there be in total after 24 hours? Okay? So, how are we going to solve the problem? First, alamin muna natin kung anong sequence ba to. Ito ba ay arithmetic or ito ba ay geometric sequence? Sa mga kung ang sagot nyo dyan ay geometric, tama kayo. Yan po ay example ng geometric sequence. Very good. So, dahil yan ay geometric sequence, mamaya ang gagamitin natin formula dyan ay geometric sequence. But wait! Kailangan intindihin muna natin yung problem, paano ba tayo maglagay ng mga given later. O, di ba? Dapat ganun po tayong mag-solve ng problem natin. So, sabi diyan kasi, after every 4 hours, nangyayari yung pagdoble ng mga bacteria. Okay? So, nadodoble siya after 4 hours. How are we going to visualize that? Ano yung mga numbers sa ating sequence ngayon? So, tayo yung gagawa doon kasi hindi naman binanggit dyan sa problem yung mga numbers sa sequence ng sunod-sunod, di ba? So, tayo yung gagawa katulad ng ginawa natin sa example 1. So, ano yung ating starting number? From this given, we have 200. Okay? So, ganun po yan. And then, nadodoble po. So, ano yung next number kung nadodoble? Dahil yan ay nadodoble, that will become 400. Very good. Times 2 lang po yon. So, our R equals 2 or doubled. And then, 400 times 2, 800. Followed by 800 times 2, we can have the next term which is equal to 1,600. Very good. At kaya nyo na pong dugtungan yan. Opo. Ano po ba yung tinatanong dito? After 24 hours. Okay, so nakakailang oras pa po ba? Ilang oras na po ba yan? We have 4 terms, so our n is equal to 4. Paano natin malalaman kung ilan yung n natin? Siyempre, ang gagawin natin, class, yung 24 ay i-divide po natin sa 4. Ayan, 24 divided by 4 para malaman natin kung ilan sila lahat. Okay? So, that's it later. Our first term, gaya na nakikita nyo dito, we have 200. So, therefore, our a sub 1 is 200. Simple, right? Dito lang kayo medyo malilito sa n. Pero pinakita ko na yan kanina. Sabi ko kanina is 24 ang ating, after 24 hours, so 24 divided by 4. You will get an answer which is equal to 6, and that is now our n. Okay. Since yung bacteria nga ay doubles after every 4 hours. I hope you got it. Napaka-importante po nun. And then, what is our R? Diba kailangan natin yung sa ating geometric sequence? Sabi kasi natin kanina, yan ay geometric sequence. So, ngayon, kung geometric siya, hindi pwede yung D. Dapat yung R. Very good. So, ang R natin ay equal sa 2 kasi po times 2. So, ganun po tayo mag-analyze ng problem. Gagawa po kayo ng paraan para maipasok nyo o makuha nyo yung mga given on your own way or convenient way. At kapag nagawa mo na yan, it will be easy for you, class, to use the given for our formula. And this is our formula for that geometric sequence, the sum. Okay. So, kasi kailangan dito, class, balikan natin yung slide. Ang tinatanong kasi dito ay yung sum o yung what is the total bacteria. How many bacteria will there be? In total. Okay, ibig sabihin i-add mo lahat magmula sa una, sa starting number, hanggang sa pinakahuling number na makukuha natin. Okay? So, we have this one. How are we going to have that? We are going to use the formula for the sum of the n term ng geometric sequence. Diba? Naalala pa po ba ito? Yes po, sa ating module number 3. Okay. So, S sub n is equal to the first term multiplied by the quantity 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. Since meron na tayo kayo ng given, papalitan na lang po natin yan. So, our solution will be this one. Ang ating hinahanap ay S sub 6. And that is, by substitution, we can have the first term which is 200. Ayan, this one. And then 1, right here 1, multiplied by the quantity 1 minus, our R is 2. And then our N is 6. And then sa denominator natin, since mayroon tayong 1 minus R, therefore we can have here 1 minus 2. Ayan. So just simplify this. And then you are going to have this solution. Okay? So we have 1 minus, exponential form muna tayo. Dito muna tayo sa part na may exponent, magsagot. So, 2 raised to 6, your answer for that is equal to 64. Ayan. And then, this will be 1 minus 64 now. Ayan. So, sa ating quantity, we have 1 minus 64. And then, sa denominator natin, 1 minus 2, our answer is negative 1. Tandaan ha, smaller number minus bigger number, laging negative yung sagot doon. Marami po nalilitong bata dyan. So, that is negative 1. And then, we will continue our solution here. So, we can have this one, 200 multiplied by the quantity which is negative 63. Because that is from 1 minus 64. Okay? Kaya po naging 63 yon or negative 63. And then divide that by negative 1. Okay? So, let's continue. Multiply natin negative 63 sa 200. We'll get an answer which is negative 12,600. Then sa denominator, andun pa rin yung ating negative 1. If you are going to divide these two numbers, you may cancel this one, or you may simply divide 12,600 over 1 to get the answer which is equal to 12,600. So therefore, that is the sum of the 6 terms in our problem. I hope you got it. Let's proceed now to the next one. So let's have this additional activity or exercises. Solve this problem involving sequences. So we have here the first problem, which is all about Jackie, which suffers from allergies. So may allergy siya. At syempre pag allergy, panapanahon yan. Ang kanyang doktor nag-recommend that she will take 800 milligrams of her medication sa first day. And mababawasan yon ng yung dosage niya mababawasan by 1/2 each day. Hindi minus 1/2 kundi mababawasan siya ng 1/2 ng tinake niya nung nakarang araw. Ibig sabihin yan, para ma-visualize yung problem, you may write here or you may form numbers in the sequence. Okay, so pwede ka maglagay ng 800 muna para ma-visualize mo yung problem. Susundan nyo ng mababawasan daw ng 1/2. So anong kalahati ng 800? Magiging siyang very good. Magiging na siyang 400. So ganun po yon. After 400, ang susunod na araw, ang iti-take niya na lang ay kalahati ng 400. And that is now 200. Ayan. So, mapapansin natin, bubuo tayo ng pattern para ma-visualize natin yung problem. Ganun po yung isang technique sa math. So, that's one. And then, tutuloy-tuloy lang po yan hanggang sa umabot siya sa pang-5 araw. So, nakakailan pa lang tayo? First, second, third, mayroon tayong fourth, at mayroon pa tayong fifth day. Okay. So, ilan kaya yung iti-take ni Jackie sa fifth day? So, dito, aalamin natin kung ano lang yung ating A sub 5. Okay, yung pang-5 lang ha. Okay, again, that is A sub 5. Okay. Kasi po, ang tinatanong lang ay yung iti-take niya sa fifth day. So, para ma-solve po natin yung problem na yan, kailangan po nyo itong sagutan muna. Ayan. So, yung sequence by arithmetic or geometric. Ano yung mga given at ano yung formula na gagamitin? And, ano yung ating final answer? So, timer starts now. So, madali lang po tayo mag-solve ng problem kapag na-visualize na po natin yung problem. O, di ba? So, again class, ang sa technique dyan, subukan nyo po lagi na isulat yung mga numbers in the sequence. Kailangang alamin mo yon para ma-visualize mo po yung ating problem. Okay po. And kung nahirapan po kayo, you are going to take more practice for this topic. 30 seconds more. Okay. Please stop now. Let's check your answer. Yung bang sequence ay anong klaseng sequence? Very good. That is an example of a geometric sequence. Bakit geometric? Siyempre, tayo ay nag-multiply ng 1/2. Po. So, hindi tayo nag-add ng 1/2 or nag-add ng negative 1/2 or whatever. So, tayo ay nag-multiply ng 1/2. And that is geometric sequence. Next, ano ba yung mga given sa ating problem? Since ang ating problem ay yan, ang ating n, okay? Kailangan alam mo yung n. So, yung n natin is this one. Kung ano ba yung tinatanong sa problem. Nasa fifth day tayo, kaya po ang ating n doon ay 5. Mahalagang malaman natin yung mga given na magagamit natin sa formula later. Okay? Ang first term natin, 800. So therefore, that is our A sub 1. And then our R or multiplier is 1 half. Kaya po tayo nagkaroon dyan ng R equals 1 half. Okay? Then, our formula, this one, for the nth term ng ating geometric sequence. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan to. Or huwag niyo i-memorize to. Ang mangyari dyan ay huwag niyo lang kalimutan. Sir, paano yun? Huwag kalimutan, huwag i-memorize. Okay? Gamitin niyo siya lagi para po ma-practice po kayo lalo. Okay? So, by substitution, we can have this one. And then, for our final answer, we'll get 50 milligrams. Ayan. Actually, pwede po nating masagutan yan gamit ang manual solving. Okay? So, let's try. So, pwede kayong magbilang ng magmula 800, then followed by second, 400, then 200, followed by 100, then yung panglima natin ay 50. O, di ba madali lang? Pero syempre, para ma-practice kayo dito sa formula natin na to, yan po ang ating gamitin or inyong gamitin, and then you are going to get the same answer. And like what we have get a while ago, we have 50 milligrams. I hope you got it. Any questions? I hope you have no questions for that. So let's proceed for this. Independent Assessment 1. Okay, fill me up. So, medyo madali lang ng onti ito. So, dahil binigay na kung anong formula yung gagamitin. So, this time, arithmetic sequence, ang formula na gagamitin natin, yung finding the nth term. And we have this problem. Okay, so medyo madali lang to. 12 days before Valentine's Day, Mark decided to give Sheila flowers according to arithmetic sequence. Dahil po mayroon na tayong alam na natin kung anong sequence, mas madali tayo makapagsosolve ng problem. So sa first day, meron si Mark, binigyan niya si Sheila ng 2 roses. So mas maganda kung isulat mo siya muna, 2. Ayan, ganyan po ang pag-solve natin ng problem, especially word problem ha. Opo, i-visualize natin yung mga numbers sa sequence. Susunod dyan, sabi, 3 roses more each succeeding day. Dapat maging familiar tayo dun sa mga phrases na ganon or mathematical statement. Pag sinabing 3 more, ibig sabihin na dadagdagan nyo ng 3 kada araw. So, sa unang araw, 2, dagdagan mo ng 3 para sa pangalawang araw, very good, magiging 5 na yon. O, di ba madali lang? Tapos nadagdagan uli ng 3 sa susunod na araw kasi nga 3 more each day o succeeding day. So, nagkaroon tayo dyan ng 258. Susunod ay 11. Very good. At kayang-kaya nyo na pong sundan yan. Pwede nyo nga ituloy ito hanggang sa umabot kayo ng pang-siyam. O, di ba? So, masasolve mo na yung problem. Pero, syempre, gagamit tayo ngayon ng formula natin para ma-practice tayo sa finding the nth term ng arithmetic sequence. This time, you're going to find the given values and what will be our final answer for that problem. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes for that. Timer starts now. One minute more. Gaya na sabi ko kanina, pwede kayong mag-solve dyan manually. Hindi mo na kailangan ng formula. Okay? Simula ka sa 2 hanggang sa makukuha mo yung pang-siyam. Pwedeng daliri mo na ang bilangin mo. Kaya yan. Okay? Pero mas maganda na i-practice using the formula so that kahit hindi ko pinapamemorize sa inyo yung mga formulas sa math, masasanay po kayo at makukuha nyo yung final answer at the end. Especially kapag malaking numbers na yung hinahanap. 15 seconds more. Okay, please check your answers. We have this one. First term N and D. Our first term is equal to, very good. Ayun, nandun po yung ating 2 kanina. Gaya yung pinakita ko, we have the first term, which is equal to 2. And how about our N? Since ang hinahanap natin ay yung pangsyam, so therefore our N is equal to 9. O, di ba madali lang? Then let's proceed to our D. Dahil ang tayo ay nagdadagdag ng 3 kada number na nauuna, so our D is equal to 3. That is the common difference. Okay? And then from that, pwede mo nang gamitin yung ating formula na to. And then if you are going to use substitution, so magkakaroon po tayo ng final answer which is equal to 26. Okay? Therefore, si Sheila pala ay makakatanggap ng 26 flowers sa ating 9th day. Okay? I hope you got it. Yun din ang makukuha nyo pag binilang nyo yan magmula sa number na 2. So, let's proceed now to the next one. For first term, alam na natin at alam din natin yung R. Ito po yung ating mga given doon. So, we have the first term, 2 ang nasimula. Ang ating hinahanap ay hanggang 10. So, N natin ay 10. And our R is 2 since we are multiplying by 2. O, di ba? And then, we will just use substitution here on our formula. We can have this one. Medyo mauuna tayo sa 2 raised to 10 kasi ang 2 raised to 10 na yan ay medyo malaking number. At yun po yung inuuna natin. PEMDAS tayo. So, exponential and parenthesis. Kailangan po isolve po natin yan. So, 2 raised to 10. Our answer for that is 1,024. At yung 1,024 na yon, yun ang isusubtract natin sa 1. O, tandaan po ha, pabalik tayo gaya yung sinabi ko. And then that will be quantity now. Isa lang ang po ang sagot dyan. And then later on, i-multiply natin sa 2. Yun ang plano. And then divide or over, all over. Didi-divide nyo yung lahat ng yon sa negative 1. Saan galing to negative 1? Doon sa 1 minus 2. Okay, I hope you got it. Then, simplifying further, we can have an answer. 1 minus 1,024 will get negative 1,023. And then, multiply your answer by 2. You will get an answer which is negative 2,046. Then, andun pa rin yung sa denominator natin yung ating negative 1. Ito po siya, yung negative 1 natin, ha? Okay, so landyan pa rin yung negative 1 natin na pandi-divide. And that will become now positive 2,046. Pag dinivide natin itong dalawa, that will be our answer. So, therefore, the sum of the 10 terms is, okay, here, ipapakita ko na lang yung pagkuha ng ating 7th term. Kasi may tanong tayo din kanina, we will look for the 7th term. Kung hinahanap natin yung 7 terms, therefore, we are going to use S sub 7. Almost the same lang to sa ating ginamit na formula. So, we have this formula. But this time, instead of S sub 10, we are going to use S sub 7 because we are looking for the 7 terms. Ayan. So, gamitin pa natin yung first term na 2 at yung R equals 2 na iba lang yung ating N. Same formula tayo. So, we have now 2 raised to 7 ang ating R raised to N. And then, simplify that. 2 raised to 7 is equal to 128. Subtract that from 1, and then later on, we are going to multiply our answer by 2 all over negative 1. Ganun po tayo mag-simplify. Tandaan po yan. Sagutan muna natin yung 1 minus 128. Gaya ng kanina, ang sagot doon ay negative 127. Multiply that by 2 to get an answer which is equal to negative 254. And then divide your answer, divide that by negative 1. And then later on, we are going to get our answer which is equal to 254. And that is our answer for the sum of the 7 terms on the sequence. So, ganun lang po kadali class ang ating lesson sa sum. Na-review lang po tayo dati. At this time, in-apply lang natin sa pag-solve ng problem, yung tossing of a coin. Okay? That's all for today. So, keep safe everyone. Bye-bye.